Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
me, Banshee. Welcome to the show.
And it's time for the
Monthly modality message because it's Libra season.
The sun has moved into the sign of Libra.
Happy birthday to all our Libra friends.
Happy birthday, Libra.
And there are a lot of them. We are doing birthday readings up the wazoo this month.
This time. But the modality reading is our unique astrological combined with tarot reading. Everybody knows their elemental signs, but you also have a modality sign that configures you differently with the other signs that best match your energy levels, the way you interact with people, and your superpower. So there are three modalities. We're going to start with the first one, and that is...
Well, that's the cardinal signs, of course. Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Why don't you shuffle for them, Mr.
Alrighty. I know you want to talk about your modality.
Aspects of being a cardinal sign. First off, we are the initiators. We get things started. We're active, we're quick, we have drive, we have ambition, we have vim, we have vigor. We are no slackers. We're enthusiastic, we have a zest for life, we're clever, and we want to win. However, there is a dark side. You know, I'm just going to rush through these, okay?
Oh, okay.
I mean, come on. We can be a little domineering, okay? A little bit domineering. We can be self-centered. We can forget about others as we focus on our own thing. Hey, aren't we supposed to put me first? Anyway, often we don't finish what we start. Guilty. Did I cover that okay?
Yeah, you did. You left nothing for me to talk about while you shuffle. But that's okay.
Well, you can talk about how wonderful it is living with a cardinal sign.
Ain't
it? Okay. Be that way.
It is wonderful living with a cardinal sign.
There you go. That's the spirit. All right.
That's all I've got.
All right, Mr. Oh, pick them up.
All right. So in our reading, the first card, the position, is the primary focus for cardinal signs during this month ahead.
Well, it's the Prince of Cups. So that's the Knight of Cups reversed, right?
Yeah, you have to turn the card around. Oh, wait, it is reversed. I'm sorry. Excuse me, excuse me.
That's all right. You're forgiven. So the Knight of Cups reversed. Oh, goodness. So the primary focus is coping with our emotions, coping with also this idea that, too, the things that maybe we were passionate about, we were enthusiastic about, right? That's our cardinal signs. Enthusiastic about just seem to be delayed, or there's disappointments. Maybe something has, that we thought was a sure thing is not going to happen. So we're kind of blue. We're dealing with some difficult anxieties or depression or emotions over something that just couldn't come through for us.
Yes, there's not a lot else to say, but I definitely feel that idea of, somebody with the blues, maybe somebody who is possibly retreating from certain interactions. Maybe there are people who upset you for certain reasons, or maybe, it's an instinctual thing. You're just not glomming with certain people, and you may be avoiding them. You may be withdrawing from some of your relationships. It doesn't seem like it's permanent. It just sort of seems like during this time period.
Well, we shall see. I guess that's why they call it the blues.
Yes, well.
I guess that's why I can't do it. I'm not going to do it.
Apparently.
All right, so the next card is the role your interactions with others may play in the month ahead. And it is the Empress reversed. Boy, wow.
This is a downer month for you, Cardinals.
Yeah, I think you're not getting the support you need from others. So your interactions with others, you might be best off tending to your own needs and taking care of yourself during this time. It's clear you need some self-care. And if you can't find that shoulder to cry on out there, do something for yourself. Pamper yourself.
There are many ways you can do self-care, actual things that are to bore your own spirits. But don't forget that, the Empress also embodies the idea of creative projects or energy. So maybe this is a time to immerse yourself in cleanup around the house or a project you might have put aside for a while, crafting if you do that. Hey, cataloging your music or DVD collection. These things can be a different form of self-care because they kind of occupy you and put your focus where it can be best used.
Are you telling us to finish something we've started?
Yes, I am.
That's going to be rough.
Card 3.
Card 3.
Opportunities or challenges you may face in this month and how you can best handle them.
Well, it's very interesting. It's the Hermit upright.
What did I say?
What did I say?
What did we both say?
What did we both say? If you can't find that shoulder to cry on, the opportunity is this is a time you can retreat.
Mm-hmm.
You're feeling no support from others. People aren't there for you when you need them. This is a time for you to retreat, pull yourself back, and give yourself some nice, peaceful, tranquil, alone time.
Now, cardinal signs include Libra, whose season we are in.
It's true.
So it is very interesting. Libra kind of sits as that sign that maybe operates on a different vibe compared to most of the other signs. And yet you two are in this connection with that. The Hermit maybe is expressing the idea that you can best get through this month, I guess, by really going into yourself. Maybe it's a time to reread old books before you catalog and ship them out the door.
I think this is a spiritual time too, where you can become more in tune with yourself and your nature and process those negative feelings that you're feeling. So I think this is really a spiritual retreat for you, much needed for your spirit and your heart to heal.
So finally, card 4, how can you use your modality's superpower to best advantage?
I love it. Really does kind of tell a story, the whole thing. It's the Queen of Swords upright. Again, this idea of processing things, of thinking things through, of making right decisions for yourself, and really being objective in your look at things. As you meditate here and try to get deeper into just what's wrong in your life or with you, be objective. Admit hard truths to yourself. That's going to be really important for you at this time. And I think here, in a way, maybe one of your negatives is a positive here. Forgetting about others as you focus on your own stuff. I think you need to forget about others right now and focus on what's wrong.
Well, it's clear that the whole month was really kind of not meeting any great expectations as a birthday month for Libras, or just simpatico to the other signs in the modality. This was not about meeting good expectations. And so really, sometimes there are things you can only resolve yourself. There are things you can only do best on your own. And I think that's what the Queen of Swords is sort of saying. It's a no-nonsense attitude. And it's also a realization, I'm sorry, Queen, that sometimes other people think they don't trust you or they don't see your value, but you know what you need to do. And so, Queen of Swords, you are the proxy for what the Cardinals know they need to do.
You know what? If you look at this really objectively, I don't think we're going to have to recap this. If you look at this really objectively, cardinal signs, you will realize, your positives. Remember, your superpowers, that you have your drive, you're ambitious, you've got the zest, you want to win. So people sometimes don't recognize when you're in pain because they think you can handle it, right? And so handle it,
Okay.
you know, and recognize that people aren't necessarily being mean to you. They just think you're a stronger individual and that you can handle it. And that may not
That's
be,
right, honey.
you know, I'm used to this. So that may not seem fair, but, you know,
There is another planet.
yes, recognize your strengths. You will get through this. You will get through this on your own.
So good luck, Cardinals.
Good luck with that. Wow, that was an interesting read for the Cardinals.
That was pretty good, all right.
All right.
Well, you're going to shuffle,
Yeah.
and I'm going to read about the even more wonderful fixed signs because they include more. Fixed signs include Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. And here are some of their positives. Steadiness, stable, determined, resolute, self-reliant, forging ahead, calmly works on objectives. Okay, the mileage might differ with some of those fixed signs. Remembers those who've helped them. Oh, I remember who've helped and who've hurt. Persistence, concentration, powerful, yet purposeful. No wasted motions. Sounds too good to be true, but there are some bad marks here. Their negatives are they are very stubborn. It's the my way or highway thinking tendency. They get stuck in their ways.
Oh, do they?
And they believe they are always right, even when they are.
Which is rare. Okay, maybe just for the Scorpio. I don't want to down all of you fixed signs for some of the things I see here.
Well, look, we're dealing with Aquarius too. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh dear. Well, anyway, so let's see what's going on in the fixed signs world. And when Mr. Ro's done, we will be starting with card 1, the primary focus for the fixed signs, and what it will be in this Libra season. Remember, all these readings are good for Libra season. Wow, it's Judgment. Judgment upright. Well, I think this is a period of shedding your skin and creating a new one. This is a time to remake yourself or remake something in your life, revise something in your life, reawaken something in your life.
The epiphany word gets used too much, so let's just say this is a chance to really reflect and review what is really important here, and that you may find there are some really interesting things happening that you just kind of got blindsided by, but they allow you to reprocess, remotivate, renew yourself, and move to the future. And that's what this month will be for you, is checking that.
Well, and other than that, the only other thing, because I'll see what the other cards say, is that this could be a month where whatever you sow, you're going to reap. So that's for good or better or worse, depending on what we see here. All right, let's move on. What's the next one? The next one is the role your interactions with others may play in the month ahead. Wow. It's a 9 of Swords. What's this about?
Is it reversed? No,
it's upright.
Oh, okay.
So there is anxiety, there is stress, there's concern related to your relations with others, their role in your life in the month ahead. This could be colleagues at work, this could be people, maybe managers at work, maybe there's some anxiety on the job, maybe there's some anxiety in relationships, right?
There's something specific about this, and so it may be that the anxiety or the waking up in the night is a shared experience amongst a certain level of colleague or friend you have or family, and maybe it represents some bad news in particular. This could be about somebody else and not necessarily directly, but that person or that situation has a strong pull. And like I said, it seems to be a specified shared thing that you're going to be going through.
Yeah, I may want to recap this reading, but
Yeah.
let's see what we've got here. So, the opportunities or challenges that the fixed signs may face, and how best can you achieve or tackle them. Well, with love, you see Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is upright. It definitely seems like it could be an emotional situation going on here. And so you need to open your heart in this situation. As much as you fear, what might be happening here, you need to approach the situation with an open heart. Can you do it? I think that's both the opportunity. In other words, if you do it, it may present an opportunity to turn this around. But if you can't do it, it may present a problem, and cause more anxiety than not.
Something is really affecting the emotions strongly, and I get the feeling it is a perception of loss, if not loss itself. And the Banshee's right. The only way you can handle it is with love. That maybe it will be an opportunity for people to renew their commitment to being careful around others, careful what they say, or also embody their expressions of care for others. It's a universal thing, so it doesn't, in my mind, play necessarily to one specific kind of relationship. It may be more of a general tone that you're going to try to be able to use in the atmospheres you work in. Card 4.
Card 4 is how can you use your modality superpowers to your advantage to get through this. Okay, well, it's the Eight of Swords reversed. First reversal in this reading. And what's interesting to me is, okay, if we're going to combine it with the superpowers, it's to say, you know what? Don't let this rattle you. You're not going to if you don't let this rattle you, you can work towards, and if you remain resolute is important here, and persistent in trying to solve what's wrong, you may achieve some success here.
Well, sometimes when it comes to emotional matters, and there may be a gestalt or at least a sort of a collaboration, everybody approaches certain emotional hardships, if it's grief involved, in different ways. And this may be saying, really, you have to help people overcome their own individual barriers, whatever they may be. I mean, it may be that this is you modeling a behavior saying, you have to try to find the ways to overcome your own limitations as well as the others you may put on yourself, or a gestalt may put on itself too.
So let's recap. This is kind of what I see here. I think when all is said and done, it really is a matter this month. Your focus is on what you sow, you reap. And the thing is, in your relations with someone or with others, if you allow anxiety and fear to overwhelm you into a state of, being frozen and unable to figure out how you want to move forward, it could make matters worse. You're allowing your fears and anxieties to overwhelm you as far as a relationship goes. And how you deal with it is going to be very important here. If you continue not doing anything about it, or maybe not opening your heart in the situation, you won't be able to make progress here, and the relationship could be damaged permanently. But if you're willing to open your heart, listen to others, and not allow your fears to close your heart off, you might be able to salvage things. You need to not allow yourself to feel bound by your fears. You need to break that barrier that's stopping you from taking positive action, loving action, to try to heal whatever's wrong.
I can't add too much to that. It just seems like for the fixed signs, something big happens that causes us to really have to rethink how we're going to address things, especially when it comes to addressing, shared loss or shared strong emotional feelings. And the best way is to try to be unconditional in your loving approach and work on those barriers as you can.
And remember, your thing is that you remember those who have helped you. How about remembering those who either, you work with every day and you work together as a team? Maybe there's disagreements. How about remembering those you love, in this case, and why you love them in the first place, and work towards, and break down the walls that are isolating you from solving this problem.
All right, fixed signs.
Good luck with that. Wow. Okay. Hey.
Sounds pretty strong for them.
All right. Why don't you shuffle and I'll give the positives for the mutable.
All right.
We have no iron in this, so
yeah.
We'll share the load on this interpretation, on their attributes here, positive and negative. So mutables, you are great. You go with the flow. You are adaptable. You are flexible. You're versatile and highly resourceful. You can change when necessary. You are quite easy to change. You can assume various personas. You're well liked by others. You enjoy learning, playing fair, and being diplomatic. We so need more of that in this world. You're sharp, you're sympathetic, you can see below the surface of things, and you're selfless and quick to help others. Who doesn't want to have mutables as friends, right?
All right.
So the dark side. And
we'll just quickly discuss them because there really aren't very many. Mutables, they may try too hard to please everyone. So just try to please me, okay?
Yes.
They can be wishy-washy and inconsistent, probably because they're a servant of 200 masters. Downright duplicitous, okay, that's definitely more on the negative side.
Yes, it is.
And they can stretch themselves to the breaking point. And, that's that thing about not wanting to displease anybody and maybe overextending their energy and commitments. So,
did we say who the mutables were?
I didn't hear that.
Whoops. The mutables are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces.
All right then, card one.
All right, so,
what is the focus for the mutables for this month ahead?
It does look like relationship palooza here. So now we have the Two of Cups reversed. I think some of you mutables are dealing with a breakup, a major rift in relationships, an inability to harmonize with others. People who are maybe at work, maybe some new people came on the job and you're not getting along with them, or you're the new person on the job and you're finding it difficult to fit in. I think here there's a lack of harmony. There's possibly a breakup in a relationship. It doesn't
take the other side of that and say that it may not necessarily be a very specific relationship or friendship that's going on, but because maybe of the way things are going, we're in this sign of Libra, somebody maybe the mutables are just not feeling like there's a lot of harmony and trust out there. They may be feeling a little bit paranoid, or they may be feeling disassociated from normal kinds of relationships. Some of this could be astrological. Some of it could just be the weight of the world on them.
Well, okay. So card two is
the role your interactions will play with others in the month ahead.
All right. Well, it's the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is reversed. So if you combine those two together, I could say one of two things here. It may be a business partnership. It could be something business related. It could be something you were hoping to get off the ground, a new relationship that isn't going to happen because the harmony is not there. What do you say?
Well, the first words I saw when you turned that was quiet quitting, which is this new phenomenon
Oh
they're
my God.
talking about people who just don't extend themselves at all in the workplace mostly. But I could see the idea of this being a pullback in general. Maybe it's based on the idea of the first card, the sense of not feeling the love anymore, feeling like everything really doesn't harmonize well. And, there is major polarity going on. Many of the mutables could be feeling that in ways that maybe the other modalities don't feel exactly. So that second card could be saying that you don't really want to participate. You want to sort of pull back. You're not interested in moving the banner forward in any way. And that's kind of
There's
sad.
disappointment, frustration here, delays. Let's see what the third card is. The third card is the opportunities or challenges the mutables may face in the month ahead and how best to achieve or deal with them. Tackle them. The Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is reversed. Wow. You know what? It seems like you have to deal with solving a power inequity here. There's an imbalance of power going on, and that's probably what's involved in this relationship, whether it is a personal relationship or a business relationship.
Right. I could see this impacting the idea about how mutables may be responding to the weight of the world's ills right now and saying there is this power dynamic, there is too much giving and not enough getting, or things of that sort. It could absolutely extend to maybe even a very personal relationship or one that exists within a workplace or within a church or a family situation too.
So you do kind of have to stand up for yourself if
Yeah.
you're on the short end of the stick. So there's an opportunity maybe to do that, or it's a challenge. But okay, if you are maybe you need to check yourself as well and make sure, mutables, you aren't the one. How are you managing this relationship? Are you expecting others to give till it hurts and not get anything in return? Or are you giving freely of yourself, to the situation and not expecting anything in return? I mean, you have to look at the power dynamics going on here.
When you look at some of the attributes, both positive and negative, that the Cardinals may have, this could be like putting too much around there and expecting a difference, and you're not able to share as well as you might have because maybe you're spreading yourself too thin.
So, how can you best use your modality superpower in this Libra season? It's reversed again. And God, it's all reversals. And it is the Prince of Wands, the Knight of Wands reversed. You know, I think you either have to take a pause in what's going on here, or let it go. I don't think there's any other way around this. I think you have to maybe take a pause, whether it's a work thing and you can take some time off, or, if somehow you can distance yourself from the people you're having problems with. If it's the actual organization itself, well, I think you may have to choose to leave. And if it's a relationship that's important to you, maybe you just need some time apart to sort things out.
A pause is absolutely required because I believe you need to make a look into where your own rushes to judgment could have destructive consequence effects. And you have to realize that fast solutions aren't going to solve anything. You need to kind of sit with this a little bit and figure it out better. And that pertains to even if this is something that's more the weight of the world on you too, making a big reaction on social media or somewhere isn't going to do anything good. It might actually make things worse.
Right. So, I think here this is, and I actually am trying to figure out how it fits in with their positives and negatives, as it's a superpower spot. I would just say here, you have to be true to yourself here. This is not a time to be, and to others. This is not a time to play games. This is not a time to be duplicitous, and this is not a time to try to please others at the expense of yourself. So I think here, this is a time to consider what your options are and take it from there. I don't even know if I have to redo this, but this is a real heavy reading for you, mutables as well. So,
And whoever views this, if you have questions, you're always welcome to leave a comment on the video or drop us a line at our Gmail, TFT, tarotfortoday@gmail.com. We'll be glad to, address any concerns you might have with that, or even, in fact, any other parts of the reading that you need some clarification on. Give us a buzz.
I just want to say once more, happy birthday to Libras!
All right.
Even if you were a cardinal sign, right? Okay, even if you're not having the most public birthday season, you party hardy, okay? Party hardy and enjoy your season ahead.
So we'll be back in about another month or so when the sun moves into
Scorpio.
Mid-October or so, or towards the end of October.
Yeah, I wonder who's having a birthday that month, Mr. O.
Is it fixed?
Or that season?
Is it fixed?
Oh, I think it's set in stone, all right.
It's
right.
too, isn't it?
Yes. So anyway, have a great Libra season, everyone. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.